Hi everyone, this is Chavigar, your podcaster. Today, I welcome you all again to the Azure Developer Community's podcast series. And today we have Hansamali with us. She is an amazing person. Her experience and also her knowledge in Azure inspires a lot of women out there. She is it's more than it's been more than 8 years that she has been contributing to the industry, and also she's an MVP, and at the same time she's an MCT. So I welcome you, ma'am, and we can have a really an amazing introduction from your side as well.
Thank you, Chirby. That's a very nice introduction. Thank you very much for that.
Great. Okay, so we can I think that our listeners would be happy to understand about how you actually got started with cloud. There are so many fields and domains out there, and so why you chose cloud, and also you have been working on .NET framework and also various frameworks. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, actually, I started writing blogs and speaking in events somewhere around 2016. So I started with .NET actually. I was a software engineer, so I was more familiar with .NET side. I didn't have that very good knowledge on cloud technologies back then. And then when I got some exciting client projects and also some requirements to do the Microsoft certifications, so I just little bit slowly moved into the cloud technology side uh, and walked down in the Azure lane. And it was very interesting with the real world case studies that I have came across, and also the learning materials available freely available over the internet, and the amazing the conferences that Microsoft itself they are hosting every year. So that was like that.
Amazing, amazing. And also, it's been more than 8 years. So you started your journey back then, around 2000, I guess 2010. So in that case, that time as well, there were very less number of women who used to come up and show their enthusiasm regarding these coding stuff. So that time, like, how was it for you? Like, was it difficult, and was there any ups and downs that you have faced while starting your journey with cloud and also especially tech?
Yeah, there were less number of girls who were into coding when I was in the university as well. But it was not actually a barrier or a problem. But maybe there's a myth in the industry, or maybe in the minds of people, that the boys or the men can do coding part very well other than the girls, and girls tends to go to the documentation or maybe the business, more into the business side of, if they join to the tech industry. But I was not that interested into the reading documents and taking notes, and it was bit of a something I was not like. So the coding was very excited very, it was a very excited subject to me, because it always tend to it always encourages you to think logically. You don't have to like keep something in your mind by heart. You have some logics, you have to apply it there, and you are building something new from the scratch. And when you are trying to you get problems, the errors and all, so you have to go down to some senior person, or maybe you have to get some help from the Google and Stack Overflow and everything. So it was very excited for me when I was starting. So that's how it happened.
That's pretty cool to understand, and also like this is again that it is like said by various people that okay, women can't code and they cannot just come up with some great initiative. They actually cannot be leaders. So when I see women like you, it feels so good to me, and it inspires me a lot again to come up and share my journey over the internet and tell everyone that yes, I am also doing everything and you can also do. So yeah, moving further with that. When it comes to cloud journey, so you are an MVP and also an MCT at the same time. So in that case, like how it feels when you train students and the professionals at the same time, and also when you come across with the people and when they share that yes, I have cleared my certification because of your way of teaching, and also when they say that yes, thanks a lot for helping me in this, and when you are contributing to the community, so how's that feeling that you feel?
Yeah, it's actually something very special. So when I first started writing my blog, so it was just to keep a reference to myself. Just I came across some issues when I got some requirement from the client and when I was working in the office. So I finally able to solve the problem, and as a reference, if I could forget that one when I get the same issue later, so I just wrote down it in somewhere, and then I published that as an article. So my mentors and my colleagues, they were like, I got good feedback from them. But suddenly, few months later, when someone was commenting on that blog post like, oh wow, thank you very much for this information, so you could save my couple of hours of time from the work, so it was very useful for me. So when I got a comment from someone who is unknown, that somewhere in the another side of the world, so it's a very special feeling. It was a very special feeling. So yeah, so I was very encouraged and motivated from those kind of feedbacks. Then the journey was started to do the blogging.
That's so amazing. And again, like as you said that you started your journey with blogging. So, what do you think that how much blogging is important for now as well? Like nowadays, many teenagers thinks and professionals at the way think that okay, why should I blog? I'm not at all getting anything out of it. So what's your take on that? Is blogging a really great career, or like when you are starting, like when you are blogging, it's just for the sake of like career thing, or it's good for your learning as well?
Yeah, it's good for the learning as well. It's not only the blogging. When you are going to a conference and you are speaking there, you have to do lot of research, because for the audience, whether you are going for a conference or when you are writing something, when you are doing some videos, so the audience differs. It's not only for a specific target. So you will have some novice programmers, the undergrads, maybe some the experienced professionals as well. So you have to maybe, if I take an example, as I am writing something on Azure, but the audience who is coming to my blog post, so they will not familiar with Azure. Some will be experienced on AWS or any other cloud technologies. So likewise, you have to do bit of research and create a post, or maybe go for a session in the conference. So you have to learn, you have to do some learning as well sometime, coming out of your comfortable zone and do some research on the various trends and techniques that's up to date with the day by day. So you have to do some learnings as well.
Exactly. Obviously, for example, you have been contributing to the community or you're working on cloud for more than 5 years. So when you go back and search for basics, so it's so difficult. But when you have that blog of yours, it feels so good to you. That's that's an amazing point that you just shared with us. And also, I guess our listeners would be very happy to know one more thing that as a girl, like when you started your journey, it would have been very difficult, but at the same time people used to say that okay, women cannot work after their marriage, and also they have so many taboos out there. So in that case, how you are actually balancing your professional life, at the same time you are contributing to the community as your community, which is a very big deal, and at the same time you are managing your whole family. So it's been a very difficult for you, difficult phase for you, or it can be very different for you. So would be happy to know more about it.
Yeah, thank you very much for that kind of a question actually. So with this pandemic situation, and also since all of our working from home, so it's kind of, I can't say it's easy, it's a bit tough. But I have 3 years old son as well, and my husband is also working in the IT industry, so he helps me a lot. And also I think you have to balance out everything, whether you are a woman or a man. So you have to commit some time for your family, and as at the second, you will have to work on your client projects. You have to spend some time for spend your maybe 8:30 to 5:30, 9 hours to your office work. And also you have to rescue some little bit of time for yourself to do something you like. So maybe to read some books, maybe to do some gardening or cooking or something like that. For a man or a woman, there's no difference, right? So in my spare time, I like to watch TV series. Those type of things are also there, but to contribute to the community as well. So it helps me to grow myself without stagnating in one place. So so that's why when I have some time, uh, I try to write a blog post, or maybe these days I'm moving into more into the to do some content in my YouTube channel without going more into the blog creating blog posts. But it varies actually. The audience who comes to the blog post, the blogs to read the blogs, there are specific type of people who likes to read and understand. But some people, they don't like to read the blogs, or maybe to go walk through the documentation. They just try to uh, watch some YouTube videos, so then they will be able to go from step 1 to step 2 and the next steps easily. Some people think like that, but there are two different type of audiences. So yeah, we have to balance everything. It's I don't think it's only for women's or for girls. For the boys or for the men also, they have to commit some time for the family. But in the woman's side, so it's bit heavy the family side. But you have to prioritize things and balance out and get some help from the family. So then you will be able to do the things that you like in your time, in your spare time.
That feels so good to hear. That's actually true, and that's uh, that's the thing that I also wanted to let listeners understand one thing, that it's not only about girls. Men are also out there working, working on their career life, and at the same time handling the whole family thing, which is not at all easy, because it's hectic for both the genders. But obviously, when it comes to like marriage and children, so it's a bit difficult for women. But yeah, it's ultimately the same thing, and we need to understand that everything can be handled if you prioritize your stuff and if you see it in a very good manner. So yeah, thanks a lot for those points. And when we talk about women in tech, so like it's been more than 8 years that you have been into the corporate. So how you have seen the change in women in tech from these 8 years, like how it was previously and how it is in current time. Like, would you please share your experience or your like journey with that?
Yeah, so I think it has been improved from into the good side. So we have more girls or the more ladies in the tech industry than before. And also, I think most of the clients, because of this pandemic has started, so most of the clients or companies, they don't ask people to come to a physical phase and do their work. If the work is done from anywhere in the world, so they are ready to hire that person. So it doesn't matter whether that's a man or a woman or likewise. So they will have the maybe the equal paycheck, and also they will be able to work with a flexible routine if they are doing their work properly. So that has been changed, I think, over these pandemics and the situation that we are facing now. So that has been changed a lot. And also we have so many resources out there. When I was an undergraduate in 2012, there were no any resources, so we didn't know about those things. In Microsoft also, they have student champs. It was there back then as well, but it's very popular in the universities in here. And there are free conferences, meetups, and also these Microsoft Learn, these Microsoft Docs. So those are providing free resources to learn anything. So if we go into the Angular, maybe kind of some front end framework or tools as well, they have this vast area of knowledge is available in the documentation or maybe in the community in Stack Overflow. There are many resources available. When I think about back in 10 years, it was not so popular, or it was not there. So I think the IT industry is going rapidly. So it's a good move to everyone.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Your points are very much insightful, and I'm pretty much sure that listeners would be benefiting a lot from your points. And moving further with that, I would be happy to talk about more about your domain, that in which you in like which is your favorite domain of Azure, and also how you are contributing to it every day.
Okay. So it's not only Azure. So I am more into full stack engineer, and also I work on the Azure parts of as well, since nowadays many companies and clients, they want to move their on-prem services or on-prem applications into clouds. So we have various cloud platforms available with by comparing the pros and cons and the requirements, so the people can move into cloud. And so so in there, what I do is I'm working as a technical lead in CAMS. So that CAMS is a product-based company. The mother company is in Australia, and also we have client based in UK, Australia, and in Canada, those kind of region. So so every day we are trying to build something new to the customers, something useful, and to make their lives easy. So without doing the manual processes, or without working on that a very old kind of applications or maybe the UIs. So to have some user friendly and user enriched the interfaces to work to get their work done very easily, and also by targeting many the customers who are using in different age groups, maybe for the teenagers or maybe for the middle-aged people. They have the knowledge on the technologies and how this button click works and why this is not working and so on. But for the older generation who are working in the government offices, maybe in the corporate, so to make their lives easy, so we are trying to do something good for them, to trying to build build the products with the new technologies and trends. So that's what the everyday work for me.
Yeah, I understood. That's actually too much again. Like, you're working in so many stuff. You're not only contributing to Azure, you're also working on your full stack thing and also the other domains, and it's actually pretty much amazing. So, how you actually when it comes to the learning perspective, obviously there are so many trends that happens that come up every day, obviously when it comes to technology and everything is being Gen Z. So in that case, how you come up, like how you stay with all those trends and try to cope up with, okay, I am working on four domains, and okay, I am understanding all the trends at the same time and following it. So how you handle everything?
So at first, I have understood that I can't be expert in every area that I am working on. Uh, so I have some basic understanding of the areas, the technologies that I am working, but some areas I have some deep. I have gone into the depth and got some understanding. So mainly I am looking out to I think many. The tech enthusiasts, they are looking for these big conferences like .NET Conf, Microsoft Build, and Ignite is also their kind of conferences. So since we are working on the Microsoft stack, the .NET and the Azure cloud provider, so we have to be up to dated with the updates, or maybe the current trends and the use case scenarios that they are presenting in those conferences. So I usually try to watch those things and learn something from them, and also trying to refer some videos or maybe some popular blog posts from Scott Hanselman kind of people who are actually working in the Microsoft Office, and their updates and their daily stand-ups. So that's pretty interesting. And also, yeah, it's you will be able to grab so many things from there from not only the technology side, you will get inspiration as well from their day-to-day life.
Yeah, thanks a lot for sharing that. And I guess the listeners would be very much happy, and they would have loved the whole conversation. And I would be very much happy to end this podcast on on few words from yours about Azure and a journey, or it can be a motivation as well.
So for the motivation, I think we can't stop learning if we are in this tech industry. Maybe it will be the same for the other industries, but in the tech industry you can't stop learning. If you have stopped learning, so you can't properly do your job, maybe in your office, or maybe you can't you will be stagnant in one place. So when you have some time, so go out there and learn something, and try to share that with someone else, even with not with the community, but someone else, with your friend, with your colleague, with your office, the team in your office. So likewise, so it will learn and share, so that will be the ultimate motivation that anyone should have. So if you share and if you try to teach someone a concept, maybe a concept, so you will be able to keep that in your memory for a long time. It's just not something you read and you kept that in the memory, but you are teaching as well. So that's a nice thing that will be really helpful for you as well as the people, the person who is listening to you.
Thanks a lot for your kind words, and also, I guess like they would be loving it, obviously. And again, thanks a lot for joining in, and it was really great having you today. And again, we would be coming up with these podcasts so super soon and amazingly. So tune in with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Abhi. Thank you very much for inviting for me this podcast. So wish you all the very best.